your reputation. A lot of the other realtors will, they'll soft sell you, they'll lowball you. Some of them were antiquated in their method, and they weren't, I wasn't able to reach them consistently. You were not only, you were honest, direct, you were knowledgeable of the market, you were knowledgeable of the area, and you gave me great insights into what was needed to sell my home. Things that other realtors had not said to me. The overall experience, I'd say, was a 10. And the reason I say it was a 10 is because you were very direct, but you also guided me. And if I got despondent, you reassured me that you were doing the best. And then it was the end product. And even there were times when you kept me on track. I would get frustrated and you were able to keep me on track, which is great because as a new seller, you don't know what's going on. You don't know who to listen to. And I knew you were the person to trust. And like I said, in the end result, you did great. A lot of the legwork was above and beyond. The reassuring me and staying in constant contact with me was above and beyond because it let me know that you were there for me. A lot of people don't want to do that work. They don't want to stay. It made it seem like I was your only client. And that is a great feeling as a seller because you want to make sure that, you have somebody who's on your side, who's advocating to get your house sold and get you the right price. A lot of realtors would come in, they quote me these other prices. Well, Sidney, you need to do this, you need to do that. And there was no guarantee that I would get the price I needed. You were very honest about the market. You were very honest about my property. And you said, this is what I can do for you. And this is the prices we're looking at. And the magic is, I'm very happy. I got the price I wanted. And it was great for like I said, this is my first time as a seller. And you made everything great. When, like I said, everything was above and beyond where I did not really have to worry. And then as a seller, you don't want to have to worry. It was great because there were times where you were on it, and for lack of a better phrasing, you were there to make sure that I got the best price. And you came back, you consulted with me, you were very honest. You said, what do you think? And, the great thing was, as a new seller, I deflected to you. I said, what do you think? And you're being honest and saying, this is what we're looking at. But at the same time, you made sure, you said, this is up to me. And so the back and forth was the best thing ever. It was like working with a best friend. You were more proactive. You really knew it was, like said to me, it was mind-boggling that you were ahead of the curve. And that way before something came up, you had already addressed it with me. So when it did come up, I wasn't caught off guard. I wasn't going crazy. And then you were able to sort of steer everything in the right direction. Because I look at the end result and the road there, everything you did was great. Because I can see the way you work is you gear everything directly towards your clients. A lot of other realtors is cookie cutter. But you really worked with me. You got to know me. You took time and you got to know what I wanted. To reach out to you because there are a lot of agents out there who they're not, to them, it's a job. To you, it's something that it seems to me, something you live and breathe by. And that's the person you want when you're selling or buying a property. Somebody, and it's cliche to say somebody's on your side, but to really have somebody in your corner who's going to see everything all the way through. Because neither attorney mentioned it, and you were aggressive in saying, no, that amount is insane. Where is this coming from? And then, so I brought that back to my attorney, and my attorney was like, well, that's correct. So we're not gonna go for it. But you've been doing it so long, you were able to spot these things because you've seen these things over and over and over again. And you were able to tell me, say, this is ridiculous. Great, because as a seller, you can get into the point where you just want it to be over with. And I'm glad I listened to you. You were on it, and there's nothing more I can say in terms of the fact that it's like having your best friend as your realtor, who really cares about you and wants you to get the best price and wants to make the road smooth for you. And then, like I said, you've seen everything before. So you're able to knock out some of these things and you prepared me, say, listen, this is what's going to happen, but this is what you have to stay the course, not be willing to give away the whole candy store to sell your house. And I'm glad I listened to you. The whole thing was, what they didn't say is what you said. You said, listen, you're going to put in this much, you're going to rip up the carpets, redo the floors. You said, how much money are you going to put in to sell the house when you might only get maybe an additional $10,000 to the price? Maybe. And if you don't, you spend all that money for nothing.